Hello everyone, and welcome to another Minecraft video. In this episode, I guess. I mean, it's not really episodic, but in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make custom beacons. So you'll see I got this beacon set up here in this test world. Ignore this. This might be another video, might not be. It's just a mob farm. But this here is the important part. So you can see I have the particle effects, so the beacon is clearly working. But what is this beacon giving us? Well, it's giving us night vision. And you might think, well, what the heck? How could it be giving night vision? You know, most beacons have haste, speed, strength, regen. You've never seen night vision on a beacon here before. And if you want to prove that it is night vision, let me go ahead and set the time to 18,000. Oops. Sorry, time set 18,000. Yeah, see? It is a little flashy, because it's down to 8 seconds, because that's how beacons work. They reset it to 8 seconds. And, night vision flashes to tell you that it's wearing off. So right now, night vision thinks it's wearing off. Not much I can do about that, as far as I know. If I figure out a way to extend the length of time that the beacon sets your effects for, it would fix that, and I will let you know in an update. But the point is, it's clearly at least a working night vision. And in fact, this will work with any status effect. So, let me just come back to daytime. So this is a nice tutorial because it doesn't involve much at all. So I figured something like this must have been done already. Custom beacons are surely something popular. And when I looked on YouTube, I found a few custom beacon tutorials, but they all revolved around faking it. They faked the beacon effects by running command blocks to give you the effect if you were in the area and running those on a clock. And you can do it that way, but if you look, I promise you, and I'm showing you now, no command blocks. This does use a command, so you do need cheats enabled. But once you run the cheat once, your beacon will be set up until you take it apart and move it, and then you have to run it again. But as long as you have your beacon where you want it, you only run one cheat one time, and everything else will just stay as it is. It'll continue giving you the custom effect. And this is actually setting the beacon's effect. It is not faking it in any way. So how does this work? And if you look, because I have it set to give night vision level 1, in the secondary power, it offers night vision level 2. I haven't tried using that. I'm a little worried that if I do that, it's going to reset the primary power to something else, because it doesn't offer night vision 1. So I'm going to leave that alone. But you can, with the same cheat, if you would like to have a secondary power, you can use a secondary power, including level 2 of whatever your primary is. So how does this work? It works very simply. And this is why, if you'll notice, I'm recording my entire monitor today and not just Minecraft. It's because I need to switch over to Firefox and show you a little bit about how beacons work. In Minecraft, there are these things called data tags, which store data for the entities and the blocks in the game. Beacons have two special not really special data tags, but special properties in their data tag, which are called primary and secondary. And based on the name, I'm sure you can figure out that these are the primary status effects, as it says here, the first status effect, and the secondary status effect, which, if it's the same as the primary one, it'll just boost it up to level 2. Otherwise, it'll be level 1 with both status effects. And the key thing is that you can use any status effect. So if we look here for a list of status effects, we get the default stuff. You get speed, slowness, haste, mining fatigue, strength, whatever you want. Any of these status effects, any of these 23, you can set. So for example, if you don't want your players in whatever map you're making to worry about hunger, you can just load up a beacon with saturation, and in fact do saturation level 2, and it'll just replenish their hunger constantly. You can even do something, depending on what your map is, you can make negative beacons with poison. And in fact, I'm going to go test that out while I show you what the command is. So, oops, not that one. So, how do we do this? So let's remove this. Right, and now I'm in creative, just because this world is already a creative world and it makes it easier on me. You can do this in a survival world as long as you have cheats enabled. So yeah, so the first thing we do is we place a beacon down, and this is just your average beacon, and so it does need the base, and if you want a secondary effect, you are going to want to make the larger base underneath. You know how beacons work. And it activated itself, and it's fine. And then, of course, oops, I'm going to have to give myself an iron ingot tack to set the power here. You are going to have to set the power at least once, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but just to be safe, set it at least once to anything. Doesn't really matter what. I'm going to go with speed. That's fine. And now here's where the cheat comes in. We're going to edit the data tag for this block, for this beacon, to our custom effect. So, what did I say poison was? I said I was going to make this a poison, which is effect number 19, right? That's the ID. So, oops. So if we jump on top of this beacon, just for easy coordinates, and we enter the command block data tilde tilde -1 tilde. So what that's saying is we're going to change the block's data tag of the block at our current X position, our current Y position -1, so one block under us, and our current Z position. So this is, alright, we're going to cheat and manually set the data tag for the block right under us, which in this case is a beacon. And we can set our primary tag to whatever we want. And again, I forgot, 19 is poison. So let's give it a primary effect of poison, hit enter. And if we look, we see our speed from the beacon settings before has worn off, and we are now poisoned. Which you can't really tell in creative, but if I switch to game mode 0, or survival, oh, look at that. Just being around here is poisoning me. I do have regen from just having full health, full hunger. So hopefully it won't kill me. Poison wears off. If I come back in range of the beacon, poison kicks in. Uh-oh. So I'm going to switch back to that. So yeah. So this is incredibly useful for custom maps. You can make any effect you want into a beacon effect with this simple little power. Little cheat. And you can use any of these. Any of the positive ones, any of the negative ones. The neutral ones, like invisibility, you can do as well. So you can make an invisibility beacon, and it requires a single cheat. Oops. A single cheat, run only once, without any command blocks. No redstone even. It's just a single cheat that changes the data for this beacon. Now, if you ever come in here and change this power, you're going to have to do the cheat again to change it back to a non-standard one. If you break it and move it, I believe it's going to then reset again, and you're going to have to do the cheat again when you place it again. But once you get it where you want it, it's just a single cheat. And you saw how easy that was, and now it's a poison beacon. So you can set up different areas in your world with negative effects. or positive effects that you normally can't get with a beacon. So, for example, I'm working on a PvP map right now that takes place in a void world where there are multicolored rooms to go into, or I guess cubes that you can go and fight in. Each color will have a different beacon, which, of course, as is standard, you can take some stained glass. Like, since this is poison, let's say I want it to be lime green. Oops. Shift click up here. And now it's a lime green beacon. And that's just standard Minecraft. So I'm going to have each color beacon give a different effect. Some will be positive, and some, like this, will be negative. And that's only possible through a cheat, but it's simple. It doesn't require any command blocks or redstone, and it only requires the one cheat to be run once. So, yeah. Of course, you could do this with command blocks if you wanted. You could put a command block somewhere around here that's on a clock constantly setting the data, in case anybody tries to change it, I guess. But for the most part, like, if you just put this beacon out below where your players can get to, or if you just trust them not to change the effect, then you're golden and poisoned. So until next time, keep designing, keep redstoning, and keep beaconing. That was a terrible one.